Specialty bars, which once were a niche topic in fitness and health and wellness, are now more common than ever because they solve problems for maximizing strength in certain areas and minimizing joint stress in other areas. There's no bigger point of contention when it comes to specialty bars than the multi-grip bar. For a long time, the multi-grip bar has just never felt quite comfortable enough for the purpose that it's supposed to meet, which is allowing for optimal variability from person to person, which just never really hit the mark. And at this point, we wanted to bring in the Kabuki Kadillac bar and truly put it to the test. One of the more important points when it comes to specialty bars is the adaptability from person to person. Fortunately, what we know is that everybody is different. That means limb lengths are different, joint stress is different, muscle capacity is different. And ideally, if we're looking for the best type of specialty bar, it's going to accommodate to every single person out there. And that was truly the test they were trying to do with the Kabuki Kadillac bar. Now, when it comes to the setup of it, it is your standard length for a bar and it's your standard weight for a bar, which makes it really easy to transition between strength schemes. With most specialty bars, we end up seeing differences in weights by 5, 10, 15 pounds, which can make it very difficult according to gym math, which is 45 plus 45 equals 135. So for us, we want to be able to use that same math and apply it to specialty bars, which I think the Kadillac bar allows you to do in a very, very easy way. Now, using the Kadillac bar, I found there were a couple things that were really, really great about it, and there were a couple things that could really use some improvement. Let's start off with some of the things that I thought were best about the Kadillac bar. The first thing I loved about it is this multi-grip bar is a cambered bar. And a camber is the slight rounding of the bar that allows it for greater depth, specifically through your pressing and pulling motion. So specifically with pushing patterns, such as a bench press, if you were to lower it down, you get much greater depth because the bar actually rounds about your body versus stopping dead in its tracks once it hits the chest. This is gonna give you better depth when it comes to that pressing pattern, and it gives you a little more variability to increase strength and range of motion, specifically through the chest, shoulders, and back if you're working on your pushing or pulling motions, which makes it very unique versus other bars out there on the market. The second thing I love about it is the multiple grip options available for yourself. The way the Kabuki set it up is there is a 10 degree, 12.5 degree, and 15 degree angle on these 3 different handle positions. What this allows you for is someone with shorter arm lengths or greater arm lengths can use the exact same bar with a slight pronated grip within their hand to allow for a more neutral and natural pressing pattern. The last thing that I love about the bar is it has long sleeves available for it. Sleeves are at 16.75 inches, which allows for a lot of weight to get involved in it. And the max poundage available on this bar is over 1,000 pounds. So if you are one of the 6 strongest humans in the world, this bar is also available for you. And for the general gym goer, this is a great bar to allow for a more stable position, a better range of motion, and you can load the bar up with ease, not worrying about the safety of whether it's going to be able to stand the test of it or not. When it comes to the Kabuki Kadillac bar, there are 3 areas of improvement I would like to see changed in the future that would make this just a little more user-friendly. The number one is, yes, there are 3 handle positions for the person to grab from, but unfortunately that means there are also only 3 handle positions. So from a joint perspective for somebody that's lifting, if you don't match the 10 degree, 12.5 or 15 degree angle or the narrow grip, medium grip, or wide grip position that's dedicated on the bar, then this bar is not for you. This bar is either great or it is terrible for your joints based on individually who you are. Where with barbells or other grip bars, you may have multiple variations available to yourself that you can change on the drop of a dime. The second thing that I saw as an area of improvement was the sleeves being long means that the inside of the sleeve is very, very narrow. You're not gonna have a lot of wiggle room from side to side moving the bar where you're sitting. This means that there's a little more risk when you're trying to unrack the weight, which is not something that I feel super comfortable with when we're talking about using the bar. That is just definitely an area of improvement that I would ultimately want to see changed. The last thing is, with the price tag of $499, it is just a specialty bar. You may be able to use the Kadillac bar for bench press, shoulder press, rowing options. You can try and use it for accessory options, where something like a barbell or dumbbells are just a much more variable and malleable fit for your home gym routine. So if you're on fixed money and you don't have a whole bunch to spend on something that's good for 1 or 2 or 3 exercises, then this is just not the bar for you. Who is this best for? This is best for the strength-dominated individual. This is for someone that wants to get incredibly strong, that wants to build muscle fast, and that wants to drive home pressing and pulling options. If you're looking to do that from a joint-friendly perspective specific to shoulder health, this bar is great for you because you're gonna be able to load up the weight, you could be in a more stable position, and you can work outside of just the truly pronated grip that you would see with a traditional barbell bench press. Who is this bar not for? This is not for the new gym user. This is not for the commercial fitness facility, in my opinion. Because if you don't know what you're doing with a cambered bar, with loading, with handle position, with handle width, etc., this can be a very daunting piece of equipment to have in front of you, or a very expensive piece of equipment to try and test strength training on. If you are looking to truly get strong and add on muscle mass, this is a great piece of equipment to do that. Now, when it comes to implementing it into your programming, the key thing is you can't just buy it and in a matter of moments use it and expect it to be flawless. This you have to try out before you end up getting involved into a program for it, because it doesn't necessarily have the same feel from person to person. Is this something that's gonna end up replacing your barbell? No, but it's something you can integrate in with your barbell training. Once I got the Cadillac bar shifted from 100% of my barbell work to 50% barbell work, 50% Cadillac bar. So now it's no longer barbell dumbbells, it is barbell Cadillac dumbbells. And that has slowly shifted the way that I maneuver what I'm doing, and it changes some of the emphasis between chest, shoulders, triceps, and other areas that I'm working on to develop strength and hypertrophy. What do you like about the Cadillac bar? What are some of your concerns when it comes to the piece of equipment? Are there any other specialty bars you would like to see us review? Let us know in the comment section what you think and what things you'd like to see us review in the future.